Welcome to UBC TV Lunchtime News with me, Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. It's Tuesday, the 28th day of November 2023. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. Now, as Uganda prepares to join the rest of the world in commemoration of the International AIDS Day that falls on the 1st of December every year, the Ministry of Health has assured the public of its commitment to empower and mobilize the youth in order to achieve the target of ending HIV/AIDS by the year 2030. And now, this was during a one-day adolescents and young people pre-conference. Now, while officiating at the closure of the conference, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Diana Atwine, emphasized the need for more effort in the fight against the scourge.
So we need to step back and say, what can we do to redeem the generation, to redeem the youth, to redeem back to the honorable youth, committed youth, effective youth, focused youth, determined youth, energetic youth, but above all, patriotic youth. You will not neglect yourself if you say, no, Uganda needs me. Uganda needs me. I must stay alive and I contribute to my country's growth. I must stay alive to make sure that we see better tomorrow. I must stay alive, that I have a better future, that I'll contribute to the better of my country. If you do that, I can assure you, it will change. We'll start seeing people change. And it is my prayer, and I've decided to start this journey with you. Every journey on the youth, I am going to be there. We are going to start, we are going to go to schools, we are going to go where you are. We need to discuss. We need to recommit. We need to ask ourselves, what are the barriers that we must overcome?
Well, the data on some of the indicators that I mentioned show that there is a lot that we have to do. Uganda has registered some successes in the region as well as globally. Some of the good news that Ministry of Health shared also around HIV prevalence has dropped from 7.3% in 2011 to 5.5% by December 2022. AIDS-related death, meaning people dying from AIDS, has also dropped. It used to be 48,000 back in 2010, and now it's 17,000 as of 2022. New HIV infection has also declined from 86,000 in 2010 to 52,000 in 2022. All these are excellent achievements, and it would not be possible without the government's effort, without developing partners, PEPFAR and Global Fund, civil society, private sectors, but also young people and adolescents. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda has an estimated 1.4 million people living with HIV. I'm sure everyone in this room knows. And about 1.3 million are on treatment, which is a great achievement.
As we are all working towards the targets that are set there to end AIDS by 2030, we want to work together with you and want to work together with the communities and with communities in leadership to ensure that we reverse the trend of HIV spread, but we also manage to mitigate its effect in the community. So what does it mean, communities lead? To me, communities lead means that the people in the community that are affected or those who are infected should provide leadership, and they should also call for all the actors to support resourcing the work of HIV in this world and in this country. So it's not that the young people should stand behind and the work is done for them. So we look at the young people today here as a community. So look at yourself as a community, young people. So if the young people are the community, therefore it means we have to ask ourselves, we have to ask as young people, how can we be in leadership? How can we take the necessary steps to be able to call action from the leaders, the political and civic leaders? That is the reason why we are having this workshop before the World AIDS Day. So that we go out there with a common statement and say, this is the way we would like this prevention of HIV and HIV programs in the country and in the world to go.
And so we need to...
Different people, they are giving their views and advice to the youth in as far as combating the spread of HIV/AIDS is concerned, especially to ensure that by 2030 that discussion is done and dusted with. Now, with just a couple of years for Uganda's first oil to be out there, it is said that there is a need to empower local investors for a task ahead of them, since this is a sector that most of them have never invested in before. Now, in one of the content supplier development workshops held here in Kampala, Enterprise Uganda Managing Director Mr. Ochichi Charles says Ugandan companies need to change their way of doing business through shortcuts if they are to get any benefits from the gas and oil sector.
There is need to empower the local investors for a task ahead of them, since it's a sector that most of them have not invested in before. In one of the content supplier development workshops in Kampala, Enterprise Uganda Managing Director Charles Ochichi says Ugandan companies need to change their culture of doing business through shortcuts if they are to benefit from the oil and gas sector. He tasked the local investors to focus on internationally accepted work ethics and standards to deliver to the expectations of the big wigs in the business.
So we're here for big business. And we're here not to massage your ego and cause you to vote properly. We want you to win in the private sector. So, here is the message about the oil sector. Global investors are not coming here to make you great or support your poor fellows. They are here to make sure that the oil reaches international market. Full stop. And that oil is coming from Uganda, but also coming from Saudi Arabia. It's also coming from other countries. Also coming, all of it going to international market. If you are useless and very mature in Uganda, you don't belong in the territory. Get out. Get out. This is one sector which is over-analyzed, over-studied, over-documented. That is the purpose of Sinok, that is the purpose of Total, and there have been other territories.
Mr. Ochichi further cautioned the SMEs owners from overspending the company funds on personal issues.
Things that are causing short lifespan of African businesses. Number one, failure to handle a shipment. What's the effect of that? You will now mix personal and business funds. And in the course of mixing personal and business funds, you are going to steal suppliers' money. You are going to steal deposits from whoever. You are going to take shortcuts on what you are supposed to supply and send something substandard, because you have stolen part of the money for your own excitement.
According to the policy, the international companies are supposed to be given local content by offering less capital-intensive contracts to local investors.
We at Sinok, we have endeavored so much to ensure that Ugandans do participate and that we have national content development achievable. We have employed Ugandans, because the pillars of national content development are basically utilization of Ugandan goods and services, employment and training of Ugandans, as well as knowledge transfer.
However, the local investors urged government to provide low-interest loans to boost local investors' participation in the oil and gas business.
To matters of security now, and Uganda People's Defence Forces, UPDF, in collaboration with sister security agencies, have moved to scale up security along Uganda's border with the Democratic Republic of the Congo and South Sudan from the West Nile sub-region. During his visit to West Nile this week, the 4th Division Infantry Commander, Brigadier General Michael Kabango, said there is an increase in crime in West Nile, including armed robberies that need to be dealt with. He added that such situations can easily lead to imported insecurity into Uganda based on the current conflicts in the DRC and South Sudan.
I came to the area to assess the security situation and engage with stakeholders within the region, particularly Arua City. We've seen an increase in crime, and we've been talking with the security stakeholders to see how best we can deal with that problem effectively. We're also looking at concerns to do with border security. Remember the situation in the bordering countries, which is clear to you, renders us susceptible to imported insecurity. So also looking at that area, there has been a number of armed robbery incidences that are of great concern. We've also seen cases mostly in the lower West Nile of mob justice. So we've had detailed meetings with security and laid out strategies to deal with those challenges. So I've met the police, internal security and the UPDF. There's also the recent incident of the URA enforcement teams where the UPDF is also deployed. We are trying to understand the problem better and ensure that enforcement is less violent. It shouldn't be violent. For soldiers or individuals with weapons, they take personal responsibility for their misuse. And the individual using the weapon takes responsibility. So that definitely.
Now, in commemoration of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, a Rotary Peace Center orchestrated a compelling call to action. The center is dedicated to fostering peace and understanding globally, emphasizing the urgent need to combat gender-based violence affecting all genders. And this march of collective resolve aimed to address and confront this pervasive issue. Take a watch.
A proportion of the national budget is allocated to robust responses and prevention of gender-based violence. The 16 Days of Black campaign is a platform to raise awareness, challenge harmful myths surrounding sexual violence, and express solidarity with survivors.
We call upon the government of Uganda to invest in prevention to eradicate violence against women and girls. Every effort invested in preventing violence against women is a step forward towards a safer, more equal and prosperous world.
However, government has been urged to invest in preventing violence.
Let's now take a short break and we'll be returning with the latest in business.
The NGOs.
Jovia. Ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ageewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kumu ku kiki ky'osobola okukola omukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
West Nile Education Trust Fund announces the 4th annual fundraising dinner to be hosted in Kampala at Kampala Parents Main Hall on Saturday, the 2nd of December 2023, starting at 4 p.m. The Trust Fund targets to support brilliant but needy students from West Nile region to join public universities to study selected professional courses. The fund is currently supporting 28 students in the different public universities across the country. The West Nile Education Trust Fund calls upon all education-loving individuals, corporations, organizations and all well-wishers and associates of West Nile to support this initiative. Tickets are on sale at 100,000 Ugandan shillings per person, 180,000 shillings for a couple, and a corporate table of 6 persons costs 1 million Ugandan shillings. For more information, you can contact Mr. Charles Rakabo on 0772 603 162, Mr. Robert Ejiku on 0772 522 619, and Miss Carol Andama on 0772 760 210.
Over 1,000 children with disabilities in Uganda every 5 years have not had access to adequate education, and this has been basically due to lack of assistive devices to enable them get reasonable accommodation in schools. Mokisa Humanity and Inclusion Foundation is leading a campaign to fundraise for assistive devices for 500 children with disabilities to get in school in the year 2024. Join us to fundraise for braille machines, slates and styluses, white cane, braille paper, hearing aids, wheelchairs, audiobooks, book recorders, JAWS software, among others, on 10th December at Hotel Africana. Register your child with a disability by calling us on 0740 55 04 95 or 0783 91 11 14. Donations from well-wishers are also welcome. Entrance is 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 and a table goes for 1 million shillings. This is sponsored by UBC, Mokisa Inclusive Schools, Mokisa Nasaran Primary School, Herona Hospital, Msafiri Tours and Molia Foundation.
Welcome back from that break, and this is Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangaba. Some business news now, and public and private stakeholders in the tourism industry have been urged to collaborate toward the promotion of public and animal healthcare in and around protected areas. According to experts, this will enhance conservation of wildlife and contribute toward the growth of the tourism sector in the country.
Of the world's mountain gorilla population found on the Virunga mountain slopes, Mugahinga National Park and Wendy Impenetrable National Park. However, for this population to increase, improving primary health care of people and animals in and around wildlife protected areas is necessary.
People sometimes eat bushmeat and they can pick up diseases. They've eaten hippos and contracted anthrax. And so we're trying to prevent people picking up diseases from wildlife and also giving wildlife diseases.
When you're talking about gorillas, you need to be very careful. There are very many people who are coming in to see these gorillas, and I know in terms of revenue, it is generating a lot of revenue for the country. So we are talking about this, and we need to protect it with a lot of jealousy.
According to experts, mountain gorillas and other wildlife species cannot be effectively protected without supporting the improved well-being of the communities living at the boundaries of the natural habitats.
Statutory, it's 20% of the park entrance fees is given back to the communities to support livelihood enterprises. So that is at Uganda Wildlife Authority, 20%.
On top of 20% of park entry fee, $10 from every.
Programs like the One Health approach and conservation through public health, the government aims at not only enhancing the country's conservation of wildlife, but also contributing towards the growth of the tourism sector.
We can get disease from the environment, and we can also cause disease to the environment. Okay? So we are saying that the most visible way which we are encouraging is to make sure that we work together in a collaborative way. Once we appreciate and complement the efforts of each sector, we are going to reduce the disease burden by almost 75%, because you know from science that 75% of these diseases that are emerging and that are zoonotic in nature originate from animals. So if we attack the source from the animal host population, then there's not going to be spillover of these diseases from the animal population to the human health population. That means that the human population is going to be healthy and we are going to be productive in everything that we do.
Tourism is a crucial sector of the Ugandan economy, providing employment opportunities and driving economic growth. It is believed that with the right investments and policies, the industry is poised for further success. Charlotte Amoge and Juma Samba for UBC News.
Sports news now, and we begin with football. And the Crested Cranes are preparing for two friendly matches against Morocco, with the first one set to be played on Friday, the 1st of December in Casablanca.
Defensive midfielders with the attacking midfielder.
The Crested Cranes are preparing for their friendly match against Morocco that will happen on Friday, 1st December. Cranes coach believes her side has what it takes to put up a good performance.
Using this friendly against Morocco really is to test certain players with responsibilities within the game. And that is really where you can see if the players have really learned anything in terms of what their roles are within the game. There still needs to be so much to be done in terms of them understanding this game and how I would like us to play the game. And Morocco friendly is so important. It's not always about winning or losing, but it's about the learning process to take place, so that we have players for the future. The average age, I'm told, is 25 years old. So we've got a young team, but a lot has to be invested in it.
Coach emphasizes the need to additionally ensure the squad becomes more competitive in outfield play positions, as there will be many friendly matches to play in 2024.
Starting 2024, FUFA has given me the go-ahead that we will play a lot of friendlies going forward. It's the only way we will be able to test ourselves against the best in Africa. So we will look at certain competition, certain opponents, not playing the same kind of football. We have to test the goals against countries that play different kinds of football. And I would like to broaden the squad as well, that we have at least 3 positions, 3 players per position.
The two teams will face each other again in a return friendly leg next week on Tuesday, 5th December in Rabat. These two friendlies will help gauge the team ahead of a busy year in 2024. Marsha Mero Victor, UBC News.
Cricket news now, and after Sunday's historic win against Zimbabwe, the Cricket Cranes continued their winning streak with a 9-wicket victory against Nigeria in their 4th game of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Africa qualifiers. In the game played Monday evening at the Trust Company United grounds in Windhoek, Namibia, Uganda was elected to bowl first, and it limited Nigeria to 99 runs all out in 19.1 overs. In the chasing, Uganda finished the game in 17.3 overs, posting 100 runs for 1 wicket. Players Bilal Hassoun, 2 wickets, Alpesh Ramjani, 2 wickets, and Dinesh Nakrani, 3 wickets, were instrumental in the win. Dinesh Nakrani was voted man of the match. Now, this win places Uganda second on the 7-team table with 6 points, a 0.503 net run rate, and with 2 games to play. Now, Uganda will take a rest day today and return to action on Wednesday against Rwanda. Now, Uganda needs to finish first or second to make it to the 2024 ICC Men's T20 World Cup.
So we pitch up to play against Kenya. Just keep it simple. You know, we've got our processes as a team. We trust them and we back them, and we believe that if we bring our A game on the day, then we'll definitely emerge victorious. So, we just need to refocus, keep it as simple as possible, and just go out there and execute.
Yeah, it's feeling good because of our previous matches, Test Nation country, we won them. And this ground I know very well because the last 2 years we played against Namibia, and I know condition of this ground because I have cut a ball, and this wicket particularly this cutter ball is very well in those wickets. That's why I get wickets. Yeah, basically first 6 over you can decide. So because we a couple of years here.
And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for having kept us company. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Wishing you a blessed afternoon, but do remember that coming up next is a Q&A, and we're going to be looking at one of the best initiatives, I could say, in as far as mobile banking is concerned. And this is from Post Bank Uganda, and we'll be joined shortly by Mr. George Williams Chienji. And we'll be looking at their initiative, the latest, and that is the upcoming launch of the Wendy mobile wallet by Post Bank Uganda. Do not miss. See you shortly.
Jovia ng'oyolekera ku lugendo luno olw'obulamu nkuwa ekirabo eky'amaanyi agatazizibwa, amaanyi okulabibwa n'okuwulirwa mu mawanga ag'ewala ennyo, okutuuka buli wamu nga yadde togenzeeyo, ensi yonna ng'ekuli mu ngalo. Okutambula mu biseera n'okumanya buli kimu ekirina okumanyibwa. Jovia, kino kye kirabo kyange gy'oli.
Tewali kkubo ku ki ky'osobola okukola ku mukutu nnandameggwa ogwa MTN.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Over 1,000 children with disabilities in Uganda every 5 years have not had access to adequate education. And this has been basically due to lack of assistive devices to enable them get reasonable accommodation in schools. Mokisa Humanity and Inclusion Foundation is leading a campaign to fundraise for assistive devices for 500 children with disabilities to get in school in the year 2024. Join us to fundraise for braille machines, slates and styluses, white cane, braille paper, hearing aids, wheelchairs, audiobooks, book recorders, JAWS software, among others on 10th December at Hotel Africana. Register your child with a disability by calling us on 0740 55 04 95 or 0783 91 11 14. Donations from well-wishers are also welcome. Entrance is 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 and a table goes for 1 million shillings. This is sponsored by UBC, Mokisa Inclusive Schools, Mokisa Nursery and Primary School, Herona Hospital, Msafiri Tours and Molia Foundation.
West Nile Education Trust Fund announces the 4th annual fundraising dinner to be hosted in Kampala at Kampala Parents Main Hall on Saturday, the 2nd of December 2023, starting at 4 p.m. The Trust Fund targets to support brilliant but needy students from West Nile region to join public universities to study selected professional courses. The fund is currently supporting 28 students in the different public universities across the country. The West Nile Education Trust Fund calls upon all education-loving individuals, corporations, organizations and all well-wishers and associates of West Nile to support this initiative. Tickets are on sale at 100,000 Ugandan shillings per person, 180,000 shillings for a couple, and a corporate table of 6 persons costs 1 million Ugandan shillings. For more information, you can contact Mr. Charles Drakapo on 0772 603 162, Mr. Robert Ejiku on 0772 522 619, and Miss Carol Andama on 0772 760 210.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
A very good afternoon once again, and this is UBC TV. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. It's time now for us to have this chit-chat, and what it is about you will be knowing shortly, but we are very excited to bring to you some very exciting news this afternoon, and that is the upcoming launch of the Wendy mobile wallet by Post Bank. And to tell us more about what this is all about, I'm joined by none other than George Williams Chinji. Now, Chinji is the head agency banking at Post Bank Uganda, and he'll be delving deeper into what this Wendy mobile wallet is all about. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Edward. Good afternoon to you.
We're very glad that you're here. And of course, when we talk about something like Wendy mobile wallet, of course, talking about money, and Ugandans are very excited to know what's happening in the money market. Now, to dig deep into this, tell us, what is Wendy mobile wallet by Post Bank Uganda, and how is it going to benefit Ugandans?
First and foremost, just to tell the Ugandans out there that Post Bank is a fully government bank, 100% government owned. So whatever we think about,
it is our bank.
It is our bank. It is our bank. It is your bank. It is something you need to be proud of. And we think, being truly Ugandans, and we are talking about Bubu, and we're talking about improving each and everything that we have in the country. I believe, if anyone, we should be looking at the indigenous banks, which is Post Bank Uganda. The fact that we are a government bank, in most of the things that we do as a government bank, key is financial inclusion, making sure that we onboard almost every Ugandan into the financial space. We are a bank, and you know, you can't put branches everywhere. You can't put branches from one end of the country to the other end of the country. It would be kind of costly. So we thought about something that will financially include all Ugandans, but at a cost-effective way and an efficient way. So thus the Wendy mobile wallet. Wendy mobile wallet is a mobile payments a solution. It has mobile transfers, it has mobile payments like bill payments, it has savings in each and every kind. It is a mobile wallet that has come into the financial space to help a Ugandan who is down there. A Ugandan who has been saying that when I do my transfers on any other mobile wallet, so much money is taken off my account. A Ugandan who has been saying that whatever payment I make, so much money is taken off my account. A Ugandan who has been finding it so hard to leave a district A, B, to come to a town, for example, to Kampala, to open up an account. A Ugandan who has been saying that there's so much paperwork to be filled when I enter into the banking halls. A Ugandan who has been saying that, you see, I want to do something, but my bank is closed. Or my ATM, my bank is so far away from me, I will do it tomorrow. We are saying, let's bring a Wendy mobile wallet to do everything banking in the comfort of your couch.
Wow, that's it really sounds convenient, you know, talking about all these things and, you know, bringing banking closer to the person. But also, tell us, how does, Wendy, this mobile, app, how is it going to contribute towards financial inclusion in Uganda?
In Uganda, first and foremost, to play in that space of financial inclusion and make sure that it works and works for every Ugandan, you have to make it very easy for you to register the customers, to you to register the groups that are out there. You have to make it as easy as possible. That is what Wendy is doing. That it is very easy to onboard a customer onto this. It is you don't need a person to travel so many long distances. A person is supposed to just download an app of the Google Play Store or the App Play Store. You just download and then you follow through the prompts. Or if you have a feature phone, for example, you're supposed to just dial *229# and then make sure that you register on Wendy. There are about 4 or 5 things that are kind of exciting that you look at and say that why not anyway. One of them could be the fact that you're not going to use any paperwork, no registration nowhere for you to have a bank account or a Wendy account. You can use it as and when you like it. That is one. 2, you note whatever teleco you're on. If you're on MTN, if you're on Airtel or UTEL that is coming up, or Laika, whatever teleco you're on, you can register on Wendy. It doesn't say that now because I am a Postbank customer, I cannot come here. Or because I'm a customer of the other bank and I'm not a Postbank customer, I cannot download. No, you don't need a bank account to register on Wendy. I think that's the 3rd one. The 4th one, and also key, when you save your money in the different banks or in the different mobile money platforms, if you're going to find it as it is. If you put there 10,000, you're going to find there 10,000. For a banks, if you put there 10,000, tomorrow you're going at the end of month, they're going to tell you, you know what, you put there 10,000, but we are supposed to have a bank charge. So you find there 9,000 shillings. You know what, we have, as you're transacting, we are going to charge so much. You find there less money.
It is reducing.
It is reducing. So Wendy has got a sub-wallet into it where a person moves their money to a savings account. And once you move that money to a savings account, it is fetching, it is making for you more money. We give you up to 5% per year on the money that you're saved on that wallet. So you can go and sleep and you let your money work for you on Wendy. The 5th one, and very key and vital, you've seen what is happening in the country. We have Niginas, we have the Bibinas, we have the VSLA out there. And people, what the guys are doing, the border guys on their stages, what they are doing right now is to get, to put money in a box somewhere. At the end of the month or the end of the year, they are going to distribute that money. If they have opened up an account, they are going to give it to their chairperson. Please, chairperson, take this money, our money, to the bank. This chairperson can use their money, that money as and when they want to. What Wendy is doing is enabling you open up a group account on the wallet. Once you open up that group account, you can save as a group on that very wallet. That money that you're saving on that group, you can be earning interest every now and then. That is 1. 2, whatever your regulations are saying as a group, that it is the chairperson, it is the secretary, it is the treasurer who are supposed to go to the bank and sign our money out or put everything. It is also here on Wendy. Okay. Wherever you are, if I'm in Nakapiripiriti, you are in Masaka, you are in Imbari, but you are the chairperson, you are the secretary, you are the treasurer, as I initiate to say that, okay, give so much money to this member of ours in form of a loan. The 2 of you are supposed to receive a notification. That notification is going to tell you, so-and-so wants to give so-and-so money. Can you approve? You approve from wherever you are. Can the other approve from wherever you are? You don't need to move to the bank. You don't need to move anywhere. That is 1. Wow. 2, and I think the key is instead of giving your money to this person to go and deposit it in a bank account or any other place, you're going to put that money, you as a member of that group, on your account and then push it yourself to the group, and you're going to be knowing how much balance we have there. So we are trying to say, can we think around what the problems of Ugandans are and create a better product? And it is this product that we have created.
Okay, thank you so much, George. But you've talked about, you've mentioned some telecos, and you've mentioned MTN and Airtel, of course. Those are the ones that are really known at the moment. But tell us more about the partnership between MTN and Airtel, and how is it going to complement the business objectives of Wendy?
Okay. One of the reasons as to why we brought this up was not to compete with anyone. was to complement and supplement on the existing infrastructure and the services that are around. So we wouldn't like to work alone. We wouldn't like to just move in isolation, because I mean they have been there and they are here. They are and we are working together with them. We're not looking at each other as competition as much. What we are bringing on board, for example, right now you can send your money from Wendy to MTN. From from Airtel to Wendy, from Wendy to Airtel. So we complement each other.
Of course, there are charges. And there are charges?
Definitely, because you know money is moving from one ecosystem to the other ecosystem, and we cannot push the other side that please do not charge our people. We can only manage within the ecosystem of Wendy, and we manage the costs as low as possible.
Okay. One would ask or would think, okay, with this initiative in place, there must be some, catch-23 somewhere. Now, what can Wendy users expect in terms of, features and transactions now and, of course, in the future?
The Wendy users should be excited, should be typically excited.
At least according to what you have just said.
Yes, according to what I've said.
Should be excited.
They should be excited. What we are doing as Wendy, we are fusing banking and fintech. If you want to call us a FinBank, whatever you're receiving from the banking side, you're going to receive on Wendy platform. Whatever you're receiving from the fintech side, you're going to receive from the Wendy platform. There are about 2 or 3 items that they should seriously get excited as we tend to cross over to the new year. We are looking at making sure that the Ugandan person here down in Chikubo can shop whatever they shop and make a payment in China without necessarily moving with money using the Wendy platform.
Because actually, the other thing, and it's very good you've touched a little bit on it, because one would say, okay, probably this is just within Kampala reach and its surroundings. How far is Wendy reach?
As I speak right now, Wendy, we launched Wendy at the end of July, call it August, beginning of August. That's when it was officially launched. Within 2 months, we are talking about a minimum of about under 400,000 customers. To put it in perspective, you're not going to find more than 10 banks with over 200,000 customers. To just put it how big that kind of work is. And 80% or 75% of this are in the rural communities. Remember what we talked about, financial inclusion? Key financial inclusion. The people who are not financially included are in the villages. There are mothers, there are our grandmothers, there are our parents out there. So much work is being done by Postbank and Wendy out there. But also, as we speak right now, we have quite a number of activations out there. We have quite a number of agents that we are onboarding. So if anyone is out there and they want to start a business, they want to supplement on the businesses they have, they can just call onto us, they can run to Postbank and become our agents. Wendy is partnering with different institutions, for example, different banks. Yeah, there are so many banks out there. As I speak right now, we are finalizing our partnership with Housing Finance Bank. We are finalizing our partnership with Pride, with Exim Bank. We are doing so big. So all those banks that I'm talking about, whatever service that you need from Wendy, you're going to be able to receive it from those banks, from Postbank and from the Wendy agents.
Well, thank you so much, William. But now, lastly, because time is not our best ally here. Okay, of course, you already launched officially, and how can people get started?
How can people get started? People to get started is very simple. Ugandans out there, this is your bank, this is your app, this is your FinBank, this is your FinTech, this is your mobile wallet. It is not our mobile wallet. We've made it for you guys. I'm already there. So Ugandans out there, please just dial *229 hash.
Slowly.
Yes.
Dial
*229 hash to register right now. For those that have other smartphones, the cellular phones, please go on the Google Play Store, on the App Store also, and download the Wendy app. Just put in Wendy app there.
Wendy, W-E-N-D-I, Wendy, Jolie,
yes.
Wendy. Oh, thank you so much, and I think that to me that is very, very encouraging, and especially knowing that this is our bank. It is a bank that Ugandans should actually, embrace, and of course with this Wendy mobile wallet by Postbank Uganda, you cannot go wrong, especially farmers, because Most of these things should actually be targeting farmers because we have got them, so many of them in the rural areas, and you've talked about it. So I think that is a very good thing. So William, thank you so much for having come to our studios to explain more to the population about the mobile, the Wendy mobile wallet app by Postbank Uganda, and it's a good initiative. So please just take advantage of that. Probably you can repeat for them how to get started.
Dial star 229 hash, go to Google Play Store, download Wendy app, go to App Store, download Wendy app. And
the rest is all up there. Thank you so much for having been part of this interview. My name is Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. I wish you a blessed afternoon. Bye.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected saving spot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial star 229 hash. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial star 229 hash to register. Wendy Wanawoli.
Was brought to you by MTN Momo Pay is the easy way to pay. Dial star 165 star 3 hash or use the MTN Momo app. You don't need cash. MTN Momo Pay is safe and free.